Surpassing yourself requires talent, steadfastness, endurance, tenacity, and courage. It means drawing on untapped resources within yourself. It requires strong motivation and accepting the risk of failure.
Of course, failure implies unobtained success, and what marks success and failure as such is neither absolute nor relative. Thank you, love.
But simply depends on your view, as is beauty, the eye of the beholder. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same.
If you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken and stoop and build them up with worn-out tools. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. Am I a man now?
But what maketh a man? Every day the same frantic pace. Getting up, getting dressed, Uber to the office, working non-stop all day. Getting back home only to crash in front of your Netflix with a beer. Is a man defined by how much he earns? What he drinks when he's out with his friends? Society has its views. If you're a well-paid executive in a listed company, you're quite the shiz. If you live in the right area, you've made it. If men turn to look at your fiancée when she walks into a restaurant,
I can't handle it.
As I was saying, what kind of life is this? We work like madmen. What's the point?
We work like crazy, but we're loaded.
Here's to doubling our money next quarter.
I'm not happy. It's quite simple, really. So much money. It does nothing for me.
Ulysses felt a sort of disgust about having so much money.
It's all pointless, superficial. It has no meaning.
He hated his own ingratitude and felt bad about biting the hand that feed it. At this point, he was confronted with his barren soul every moment of every day.
Let's throw a dinner party.
As you please, no, I don't have the capacity. Besides, what is there to celebrate?
Aren't you exaggerating a bit?
What do you mean?
Well, look around you.
Totally Instagrammable. Those were my words the first time I started walking Penelope and saw their view. Totally Instagrammable. Do you realise where you live? Oh, hello. Oh my gosh!
Yes, right across Table Mountain.
Right? Do you mind?
No mention of the address. No way of recognizing this place, okay?
Oh no, I'm fine with that. Don't worry about that. Can I take a picture of her, Penelope?
On that, you'll have to ask Penelope. Do you want to go viral?
Look what I've got for you. There's a good girl. Here comes the sweet. Here, up. Oh, good girl, I'll take those.
Ooh.
Okay, keep her there. Oh, that's beautiful. All right. Gorgeous, lovely, very cute. Oh, that's gorgeous. That's beautiful. Oh, lovely. Nice.
The post got several 100,000 views, and I started seeing Ulysses and Altrad every day. And realised what Ulysses was searching for was something he would struggle to find in his current frame.
Hey, we've got 657,000 views.
That's crazy.
I think so. Hey, let's go. Ulysses and Altrad were having the same conversations, just different words.
You? Don't you think you've got every reason to be happy right now?
Maybe I do, I don't know. I don't know anymore.
Are you kidding? All your mates envy you, starting with my exes. Can't you just be a little bit happy? You're starting to be a little bit of a drag now.
No, he couldn't cheer up. He couldn't do it anymore. It was beyond him. He had tried. On his mother's advice, he had even gone to see a shrink for a while. Before he got fed up with her, it wasn't working. The therapist had said something like, either be happy or get rid of it all. The money. Get rid of your money. He didn't like ultimatums or binary choices. Besides, he couldn't wait any longer. A sense of urgency was beginning to grow inside him. A kind of impatience he didn't know he had. A mixture of distress and survival instinct. A vital force. Something unstoppable. He called to postpone the next session, then called again to say that, no, sorry, he had a diary conflict. He never called back.
Hello! Oh, something smells good. What's that? All right, well, leave me some, yeah? Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
One sleepless night, as he was scrolling through short stories on his phone, he came across this line, written in white over a photo of the Himalayas. Happy is he who, like Ulysses, has made a beautiful journey. It was stupid. He already knew that line. Of course he did. Why was it that reading Joachim du Bellay's words that night had sent a jolt through his body? Drawn in by the promise of escape, by the possibility of an elsewhere to which he intuitively, sensorially understood that his whole being aspired. An aspiration literally and figuratively. His body was magnetized to the ridge lines flickering on the screen of his phone, a magnetic wave right down his spine, which froze him, then flung him right out of bed. An hour later, he was getting into his Beamer and heading right out into nowhere. Absorbed in his nocturnal contemplation, Ulysses eventually emerged from his daze. Table Mountain was on his doorstep, but he needed to get further away. Much further. In a random, reckless move, he impulsively took a moment to scribble a note to Astrid.
My love, I know you must be shocked and worried. I know it makes no sense to you, my struggles. I wish you could understand.
How could she understand? Nothing could prepare her for his act, his decision, the brutality of the surprise. He imagined what she was going through right now, this minute.
Ulysses?
Her surprise at not finding him there with her.
Ulysses?
Her annoyance at her unanswered calls echoing off the walls of the empty rooms of the house. Her anger at his sheer lack of respect. Her anxiety at the silence. She had thought they loved each other forever and ever. She had even started leaving wedding magazines lying around on the living room table, so he might pick up on the message she was sending him in a less and less subliminal way. Could she have gotten it so wrong? Could her body, her heart, have deceived her so completely?
You don't do something like that to someone you love.
Ulysses did love Astrid. He knew from the day that they met that she was the one and only. The definitive one. He loved her spirit, her lightness, her humour, her style, the smell of her hair, the scent of her lips, the softness of her hands as she cradled his face before kissing him. He loved everything about her. The memory of her crushed him every time. In the end, he hid the photos he'd taken of her under a stone. He didn't want to see her face or her body. It was too painful.
Maybe I should just let it go. Go back. Tell her I'm sorry.
But Ulysses couldn't go back. Despite his ongoing desire for her and the nagging guilt that wouldn't quiet down.
Maybe if I could just explain.
It was beyond him. This irrepressible and persistent need to cut ties. To disappear. For a while.
Am I a man now? I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready to go back. Oh, fuck! 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 It's going to be dark soon. Still a week before full moon. Oh, fuck. Gonna have to go down. Now.
Ulysses visualized each stage of his climb down. Mentally, he practiced the descent until he could feel the sequence of movements in his hands, arms, and legs. He took a deep breath and began his descent. Luckily, the rock was still dry, but soon he felt the sweat on his palms and his fingers. He tried to control the shiver running down his spine.
Breathe. And step. Breathe. And step.
He didn't hear the golden eagle approaching. By the time he realized it was bearing down on him, it was too late. Ulysses eventually regained consciousness. Only the taste of blood in his mouth told him he wasn't dead.
You're alive. Breathe. Breathe. Stay alive. Stay alive. Right arm. Left arm. No. Legs.
Fracture or torn ligament? The pain was so intense below his waist that he couldn't work out which part had been affected.
Left arm useless, but okay.
He could feel his sweat pouring down his neck. Or was it blood? His mouth felt as if it was filled with metal. He spoke out loud to convince himself. In truth, he wasn't so sure he believed it.
You're gonna be okay.
He now knew where he was. Despite his excruciating pain and not knowing how he would climb back up, it felt like good news. When you're desperate, the slightest glimmer of improvement rekindles hope. The smallest window of opportunity, hang on to it. Don't let it go. You need to believe. Believe you'll get through this, even though evidence suggests you should rather give up.
Keep going, Ulysses. You're not done yet.
He soon realised there was no artery damage.
No open fractures either, thank God.
The choice of word almost made him smile. He completed his injury assessment. His hopes grew, but not for long. He was going to have to correct the external dislocation of his left kneecap on his own in the icy night without painkillers.
You have no choice, Ulysses. No choice.
He remembered that he still had a little brandy in the side pocket of his rucksack. The alcohol flowed down his throat, into his veins. The feeling of well-being was almost immediate. He was happy to cut through his walking stick in order to break his future splint in the exact right spot.
Now to reposition my leg. It's quite simple. Get it right or die on this cliff.
He tried to recall the actions of the mountain doctors he had seen treating dislocations when he was hiking as a teenager with his father.
I don't even know you. You're the dog walker. I know your name is Candace, and I know you're studying. Now the dog walker's helping me get through my shit.
It's okay to have a splint that helps you keep moving forward. And sometimes you need to take a break and have a breath. But only for a short while. Then you need to move. Otherwise you may be devoured.
I don't even know what course you're studying. Yet you come every day. And it keeps me alive, knowing you'll come. It's my daily bread.
Sometimes all we have are scraps of bread. And a sort of crutch to help us keep moving.
I never thought it was like him. To just give up and leave. I actually thought what we had was worth fighting for.
You need to decide for yourself. You expected him to be a man. More than a man. Now all you have is what you can expect from yourself. If he never comes back, can you draw from within? There are untapped resources within yourself that you don't even realize.
I'm not sure I can access that. Why would I fight for someone that wouldn't fight for me?
The fight is for you first. As was his. A fight for himself. To find himself. To surpass himself. Strangely enough, his heart ached. He had a feeling as though he was abandoning everything that had attached him to his former life. Apart from his memories. Memories that now edged him forward. Slowly, patiently, to the rhythm of his breathing. Until he reached the top. On his stomach, his nose in the grass, disregarding the thistles. He let his joy flow. Sobs of freedom shook his body for a long time. He was exhausted. He was a man now. It took Ulysses another day's walk to reach civilization, and another day to hitch a ride from a lonely trucker. The beamer had been pounded.